Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of Random Ranting whilst Retro Gaming. This is the Middle Management Gamer. And if this is your first time joining us, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you can help spread my message that working in restaurants is extremely satisfying and okay for everyone. And playing video games can be both fun and therapeutic. And remember, self-care is healthcare. Today's episode, we're playing Double Dragon. And this episode is entitled, It's About Family. And although I've never seen any of the Fast and Furious movies, I know that there's tons and tons of Vin Diesel memes about nothing stronger than family. And don't fault me for never seeing any of those movies. I think we're up to 10 of them now, and I just kept putting it off, saying, I'll get around to watch them, and now it's just so inundating. There's so many to watch that I don't know if I could pick up the mantle and go with it, but it is about family, and nothing is stronger than family. And through family, we can get by. And what does that have to do with restaurant work and, what's going on in the middle manager's life and, what game we're playing today? So Double Dragon. This is the spiritual successor to Renegade. I did a video about 5 reasons you should play Renegade if you never have. If you haven't checked out that video, that's a good one. I'll probably link it at the end of the video. But Renegade was a fun game. Double Dragon is the spiritual successor. The same creator who made that made this one. It suffered from some of the same problems that they kind of polished out in Double Dragon 2, about how many sprites they could have on, etc. and so forth. But Double Dragon is basically the story of twin brothers that are off to rescue Billy Lee's girlfriend, Marion, from the game. So it's family, and they're going up against a gang that's outnumbers them, but through the power and bonds of their family, they're going to get through. And that's kind of one of the things that I know from working in restaurants, that a lot of people stay at a particular restaurant because of the people that are there. It's the people that keep them there. Sometimes you might get offered a $1 raise, but you're going to go to a new restaurant or a new, retail store for that extra $1 when you don't know anyone, and then you might find out that you don't like the environment. Environment is why people stay in the restaurant. It's about people, and when you work in a restaurant for a long period of time, those people become like your family, your second family. Sometimes you see them more than your real family, and if you're a workaholic like I have a tendency to be, you're at work a lot more than you should be. I've worked on that over the years as part of the self-care, trying to balance my work-life relationship. You don't like that? Oh, you can pick that up? Oh, man, I didn't know y'all could pick items back up. Yeah, of your side. But as an introvert, I get really tired by uncomfortable social interactions. And a lot of people say, well, you're a restaurant manager. That kind of doesn't make sense why you're in this industry if that's the case. And I'm an outgoing introvert, so I'm capable of dealing with people. It's just I have to recuperate by being by myself or by being around family. Sometimes being around family can relax you, especially if you have things in common. So for me, when I go to my restaurants and I work with, my staff, they're like my second family. I don't get tired. I don't get worn down. I get energized, and I'm able to deal with the stressors of angry guests that are unhappy about their food or, whatever's bugging them that day. You never know. There's all sorts of problems that come up when you're dealing with guests and the food industry. So that can wear you down, but then you spend a little time, you talk with your buddies who are there with you every day, and you're able to handle it. It's strengthening. Ooh. He's got a box, an empty cardboard box he's going to hit me with. Oh, maybe it's not empty. What was I talking about? And I talk with my employees about, building good relationship and treating each other with mutual respect, because there might come a time when, you need somebody to have your back, and your coworkers may be all you have, because, they're your extended family. Bam! Blow up in your face. And, family is like, you got the people that you see every day. Ah, you jerk. Give me that. You go by. So the everyday family members, your co-workers, or you're like your brothers and sisters, and you don't always like them, but you always love them because they're there and you take care of each other. And then you kind of even have like your extended family, your district managers, or your corporate entities that come in. Your favorite uncle who doesn't always remember your name because he's got 13 or 14 different nieces and nephews, but he cares about you just the same. He shows up and hands you a candy bar, or like, hey, where's your favorite football team, blah, 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 etc., so forth, Crazy Uncle Bob. So, sometimes Bob might forget your birthday, but he still cares about you. And you just, you gotta remember that. But we're playing Double Dragon. And if you've never played Double Dragon, there's a twist ending. And I say it's a twist ending. But it was not really a twist. They tell you the ending in the book for anybody who actually read the Nintendo instruction manual that came with the game. I didn't, so I didn't know for a long time, because I just picked up the game and started playing. That's the type of guy I am. We don't read instructions. We just started playing. And Richard Simmons is going all the way down the ladder. I think that's supposed to be a woman, but it looks like Richard Simmons. And she's just going to wait, and she's going to knock me off the ladder. But I got to win, so take that. So, basically, sorry, I got distracted. ADHD and all that. Oh, I got jump kick now. Oh, it's on now. Y'all in trouble now. So, the untelegraphed, or the twisty ending, is Billy and his brother, who are going to rescue Marion, fight through this entire game and get to the end, and they rescue Marion, and the brothers have to fight. So if you're playing with Billy, you get to fight your brother. He's got different names depending on which version you're playing. I think it's Jimmy in the original release, so it's Billy and Jimmy. And they're fighting for the affection of Marion. So that's the double-sided coin to family is, family can really kick your ass if you're not paying attention. Because they know you better than anyone. They know your weaknesses. And you got to be able to speak up and talk about what's bothering you. And you might have to go to dad, or your crazy uncle, or whatever, and sometimes get them to mediate it. But that's what family is all about. We come together and we deal with problems, and then when there's an outside stressor, we work together to take care of that, and we handle the problem. We don't let it get to us. But I always thought it was a pretty cool twist at the end, where this whole time you're fighting side by side, and you get to the end and you have to battle to get what you want. At one point in time, I was up for a position that I really wanted. It was an employee training position. It was prior to my management career. And me and one of my friends, we didn't really hang out on the regular, but we went to bars from time to time, and we drank together. We had mutual friends, and we hung out. But she was up for the position too. And she ended up getting it. I ended up losing out to her. And I was happy for her. I was glad that she got it. Because it turned out that would have been kind of like a sidestep for me. By not getting that position, I was able to end up going into management, where if I had gone in that position, I could have gone into management later, but it would have taken longer. I kind of skipped a step. These guys are a pain. got an extra life. Yeah, buddy. But I was saying that I was happy that she got the position. Like that, it ended up working out for me in the long run. It wasn't something I knew then, but I could have dwelled on it, and I could have tried to make her life more difficult, or by being a pain. Because I've seen that happen to friends up for the same position, and the one guy gets it, and the other guy is like, "Well, I deserve that position," and then they proceed to just be a pain in the butt, you know, sabotage their plans if they're rolling out at like a training meeting or something like that, not come prepared, or, you know, just kind of ruin it because they, like I said, they know that other person's weakness. They know what they can do because they're family. They learn where they're at, and you can't suffer bullies. You need to, you know, have that conversation. You need to work through it, have a mediator. If someone's bullying you and you don't, you know, even though they're family, you know, you might have to have a conversation. Maybe that person doesn't know that. Maybe they're joking. And wow, I'm losing some fears here. I'm done with you. I'm not dying here. There we go. But I lost my bat. I have no life left. I don't know, folks. Don't know if I'm going to make it here. I should have stayed where I was so I didn't have to fight you that time. Is this Roper? I think this is Roper. Oh, I'm dead. Maybe, again, sometimes you have to have that conversation. Sometimes maybe they don't know that they're offending you. Maybe they're not aware that their jokes are beyond the line. You know, sometimes, again, maybe they do know. Maybe they know that, you know, you're very uncomfortable about your weight, so they're making fat jokes. And they're doing on the sly like they're friends, but, you know, if someone's making you uncomfortable, even a family member, you have to address it. You can't just sit there and let it fester. You can't let that stuff build up inside you. You have to be able to talk about it, even when it's family. Be it your real family, or your married family, or your adopted family, or your restaurant family. If you're not feeling comfortable with, you know, the relationship that you're in, you know, how the relationship's working out, how you're talked to, sometimes you need to address it. And, you know, sometimes we have to break up with our family. If the restaurant that you're in has a toxic family relationship, you maybe shouldn't stay there. If you're the one who feels like, you know, everyone's picking on you. I mean, don't forget, sometimes you have to look in the mirror and say to yourself, well, what am I doing to cause the situation? And if you're not doing anything, if you're just, you know, being your best self and going to work and working hard, then, you know, have a conversation with your superior, like have a conversation with your crazy Uncle Bob and say, hey, look, Bob, I need help here. These adobos they're some fearsome guys. I don't know if at some point you get to get down on the ground and beat people up, but I can't do it yet. I think the game's starting to glitch too. Like I said, I cleaned it before I put it in today. This is the first time I've played it in a long time, so. Oh. Anyway, got these two bullies here. I'm beating them up. And I'm not taking any crap from them. We're gonna have a conversation about how we feel once I'm done putting them in the ground here. But again, remember, if you're not feeling good and you need to talk to somebody, don't be afraid to do that. You know, pick a family member, pick a friend, pick your spouse, pick, you know, your significant other. But have the conversation if you need to. You can't let it build up inside you. You can't let it keep ruining your day. And then when you're done, play some video games. You know, get some of that extra aggression that might be left over, and go through, beat up some digital people so that you feel better. Remember, self-care is health-care. I hope you enjoyed watching some Double Dragon and listen to me rant about how important family is in the restaurant industry and how it helps us get through the day. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Hopefully I'll have a more pleasant topic. I know this one kind of sounded like a downer a little bit, but, you know, it's just been on my mind. You know, with things that have been on my mind, and, you know, sometimes with turnover in restaurant, you wonder why people are leaving, and you do your best to try to make sure everyone's happy, and, you know, sometimes happiness comes from within. So thank you, folks, and y'all have a good day.